Everybody, welcome to the Ashes Rubies channel and meditational time. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning on a beautiful snow day here in Ottawa, Canada. You know what I like best? Like one of the biggest joys of my
shoveling.
No. One of the biggest joys of my life would be doing work with machinery. Like normal people do, like people, not normal people that would do the work with their hands, but using a machine instead. Like I could literally do that all day.
You could snow blow the driveway all day. I don't
believe it. No, I wouldn't want to do that all day. But I do like doing work that is manual labor intensive that a machine can do very quickly. Yeah. What's it? Could you hear the snowblower in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, you could?
I was awake.
Okay. You're awake, listening to the birds.
Remember, you brought me coffee before you went out to do the
my goodness.
snowplow.
Oh my goodness.
Snowblower.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow, but that's I enjoy doing that kind of thing. When I did interlock and landscaping, I did not like hand bombing wheelbarrows of stone dust or backyard digging. And a lot of times we would rent one of those little Kubota tractors, or what are they called? Little Kubota
skid and steer.
No, we had a skid and steer, but the little miniature shovel that would go in the backyard. Like I love doing that. Yeah. And then I just look at all the suckers, and I'm like, suckers with the shovels. But I do that in with our little scooters too. Like every time I see somebody, like every time I pass somebody or they go past me and they're jogging or they're biking, I'm like thinking, suckers. Oh, that looks like a lot of work.
Which is funny because they're doing exactly what they want to be doing.
But they want to
That's what they want to be doing, and then you're.
I'm just like, man.
What is that?
I bet they would rather be
no, they wouldn't.
A scooter.
They wouldn't. They want to exercise.
I know that. Do you think the guy next door using his shovel or where? I don't. My guy next door has a snowblower. But do you think the guy on the other side with the shovel wishes he was using a shovel or a snowblower?
I think he probably just wishes you'd snowblow his driveway.
Yeah, which does happen. But do you think he would rather have a snowblower or a shovel?
Well, it wouldn't. Everybody rather have a snowblower?
Exactly. I take that concept into the rest of the world. When I'm scootering, I see somebody jogging, I'm like,
no. I mean, some people like to shovel their driveway. They're
But I'm just saying, exercise. I take that concept into the rest of me operating machinery at any level, whether it's battery.
This conversation is so outside of the realm of my like.
Imagine
I'm like an observer in this conversation.
Are you?
I'm not a participant.
You just love it when the driveway.
I'm like.
You just love it when the cars are cleared and the driveway is clear of snow. Look at the barbecue. You should get me to use it tonight.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh dear. Yeah, I didn't shovel off the barbecue.
Except you're not home. All right. A mini excavator.
A mini excavator.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you. A mini excavator.
All right, we're going to do our reading and then a meditation.
Let's do it.
As we became alcoholics, the bad effects of drinking came more and more to outweigh the good effects. But the strange part of it is that no matter what drinking did to us, loss of our health, our jobs, our money, and our homes, we still stuck to it and depended on it. Our dependence on drinking became an obsession. In AA, we find a new outlook on life. We learn how to change from alcoholic thinking to sober thinking. And we find out that we can no longer depend on drinking for anything. We depend on a higher power instead. Have I entirely given up that dependence on drinking?
Question mark.
Meditation for the day. I will try to keep my life calm and unruffled. This is my great task, to find peace and acquire serenity. I must not harbor disturbing thoughts. No matter what fears, worries, and resentments I may have, I must try to think of constructive things until calmness comes. Only when I am calm can I act as a channel for God's Spirit.
So it's saying that
only when I am connecting with God's spirit, can I actually be calm?
Mm-hmm. So if I'm not,
I can't make myself be calm and unruffled. I think that's like where I actually, like, the wording in this, I find a little bit like I can't make myself be calm and unruffled and then have access to God. Like, that's not how I stay sober. My emotional sobriety comes from being connected to God.
Mm-hmm. And so if I'm not connected to God, then for me, I'm drinking.
I mean, maybe I can try and keep my life calm and unruffled and do that for like a while. But I need to find a new way of living.
Mm-hmm.
I need a new way of changing my thinking. My alcoholic thinking doesn't just change to sober thinking. My insane thinking, my obsessive thinking doesn't just change. I
remember one guy
can be changed
in the treatment center way back. We were doing some work in a class, and then he confronted me. It was like his first week. He confronted me right in the hallway, and he was very upset. Like, what are you trying to do? Brainwash us? And I was like, yeah. Like, I never thought of it like that, but that's a good point. Yes, I think that's the goal at some point, but it's not for me to wash your brain. It's for God to wash your brain. All new thinking, all new everything, beliefs, values, principles, all of those things. I thought there was a key there about becoming alcoholic. And so this is the disease concept where not everybody can become alcoholic. So you have a peanut allergy. Do you think I can become peanut allergic?
Well, I used to eat peanut butter when I was younger, and then I became allergic to peanuts when I got older.
But you were born with it. You didn't occur it over the course of because you ate too many peanuts. It was you had something in you that was genetic that caused that to happen. Like, you eating peanuts isn't going to cause you to be allergic to peanuts. They might cause you to vomit because you ate too many. But like, you can't ever drink and become alcoholic. You'll just drink. You could be a heavy drinker. You could be a moderate drinker. You can suffer consequences. But for me, and for most of the people that I've worked with, it's something genetic that we have that my body reacts differently than other drinkers. So it produces a craving for more. And so that's what maybe day 1 and day 80 I wasn't like a full blown loss of control. Most of us remain in some sort of control for decades, maybe a decade or maybe 5 years. Some of us lose control right away. We just can't stop the amount that we drink. And when there's enough consequences, we try to stop, but we keep starting again. And so I thought that was an interesting concept that they brought up, that we become something, and then we never remember what alcohol does to us. The loss of school, the jobs, the kids, the money, the fill in the blank. I only remember what alcohol did for me. And that's why it's so compulsive. And that's what a true alcoholic is that I have no control over the amount I take at some point in my drinking career. And then I have a mental obsession that always brings me back to it, whether I'm quit for 6 months or 6 years. And then I really don't remember what alcohol did to me. I remember what it did for me. And what it does for me outweighs all of the things and the trauma and the abandonment and the losses. It outweighs all of that, which is absolutely ridiculous when you say it out loud. But that's what is happening in hundreds of thousands of homes today, is that it's just like, it's so frustrating. But the alcoholic is only remembering what it does for him. Yeah. And then we make all the promises, and we and we're not we're not lying. We don't want to drink anymore. Like, this is it. Like, I drank all the drinks that I could possibly drink. I drank yours. I drank his. I just drank them all. But only God can relieve me of that. That's the only hope that I have. What's our prayer for today?
I pray that you may find that connection to a power greater than yourself that can restore you to sanity. I pray that you may have access to that power to construct and not destruct.
Amen. May you be constructed with a new project. Like, you just have to abandon the old one. May God start a new construction site. Amen. Keep the peace, be of good behavior, and get on those shovels.
Thanks for joining.